So, hey guys, welcome to a tag video. I was tagged by Hypocritical to do the Guilty Confessions tag, and that's going to be interesting. I was tagged in this forever ago, but I didn't have time before now, so let's go. Question number 1. What is your guilty pleasure? And I'd say I have about 2. One which makes me rather effective and another which ruins my life. The first one is coffee. This is now my new coffee mug. I just leveled up in size and second guilty pleasure. It's playing a lot of The Sims. When I was a kid I could play it for just about almost a week, where just beside playing Sims I would eat, sleep and go to school, and then I'd just come home and play The Sims 1. And then I got a computer that could actually play The Sims 2, and if I put it on right now I will be stuck there in front of the computer, not eat, not drink anything unless my roommate brings me something to eat and drink before I go to bed. Question number 2. Share something you did a long time ago and you're still ashamed of. I think it was one time when I was in Japan with my mother, and I was just watching TV and playing along, and we were at this house that belonged to some people we knew. I found a fire extinguisher and I had never seen one, not surrounded by plastic, and I thought that was really interesting. And when I was a tiny child, my grandfather often called me picky fingers because I like to just examine things with my fingers, and I just started doing that with a fire extinguisher and it went off, and the entire kitchen was covered in white dust. And I got so embarrassed that when the owner of the house, he just had to come back and pick up some stuff. When he got home and my mom had cleaned everything and she just thought it was hilarious, he got home, I ran up the stairs to where we were living and hid under the bed and refused to come out until he left the building again, because I was just so embarrassed. Question number 3. Share a bad habit that you have. I have a lot, I think. I just don't notice them myself because it's my own bad habits. But I say one that is not annoying to my roommate but just to myself is that I tend to stress out a lot. Like if I have a project, I get really stressed about it. And I go stress 2 months before the deadline. Like I'm convinced, I will swear to you on my dying mother's grave, that I'm not gonna make the deadline. And I just stress, I don't sleep, my body gets out of balance, or everything that's supposed to happen, like hair growth and being able to bear children, it doesn't really. And I just stress myself out so much, and then I get done usually 2 weeks before my deadline, and I just sit there like, did it again. The other bad habit is I don't take out the trash before it's like on the breaking point. Question number 4. Reveal one lie you told, big or small. Oh, it's nice to see you! Oh no, just sometimes at work, if I'm really like close to being off and somebody calls on the telephone and I can just hear they're going to not want to do the reservation on the net, and they ask, do you have rooms for this day? I go in and look and it's like, if we have less than 5 rooms left, I'll just be like, nope, completely booked, sorry. I hope my boss don't see this. Sorry, I'm a horrible person, but I just really want to go home and sleep. 5. What is the silliest thing you gotten upset about or angry over? It's not that recently, but when I was a couple of years younger and me and Kami just started dating, I would make a lot of like mind plans where I really wanted us to go somewhere, like say Saturday, and then I wrote her maybe Friday and I was like, shouldn't we go here? And she went, no, sorry, I already had all the plans. I just got really upset and I got upset, it's sort of stupid to get upset about a plan you made with yourself on behalf of somebody else. So I worked on that, and I don't think I do it anymore, really. I do get feelings of disappointments if what I plan for me and others don't go as I planned it, but I just think that's a part of my nature, and I don't really want to change that, because then I change my whole... I actually make plans that can work, and if they work, they're awesome. Question number 6. Share something you're really bad at. Don't you just love it when your card gets full mid-recording? I was just talking about me being high-strung, which might indicate some sort of emotional depth and everything. But just because I'm full of emotions does not mean that I have social skills. I am super bad at comforting people. Like, I'm really, really bad at it. I have no idea what to say. I just turn into this social awkward squirrel. I don't say anything, and my social skills is about as well developed as a nut. And just then like, so yeah, you just had a tragic loss in your life, yeah. I'm there for you. Just tell me what you need, because I don't know. Tissue? Number 7. Something you preach but never do. I don't really like that thing where you tell other people what to do if you don't do it yourself, so mostly what I preach I actually do. I think though, when it comes to cosplay shows, I always tell people that you have to rehearse a lot of times and do dress rehearsals and everything. And I sometimes skip out on that. So number 8. Have you ever stolen something? And if yes, what? I have never stolen anything. I can barely pick up things that have been dropped on the street, like hair ties or something like that. If I find a hair tie on the street, I don't want to pick it up, because I'm sure somebody is going to come back and look for it and then stole their stuff. Number 9. Reveal one act of revenge. Revenge? I don't think I'm cunning enough to actually have gotten proper revenge. I don't think I've ever done really yes, I have my revenge, because I've never been wronged in a way where I thought that I was entitled to revenge. If I'm wrong and I'm proven wrong in a way I accept that I'm wrong, I'm generally cool with it. Name somebody or someone you used to envy. I do envy girls that I think look physically better than me, of course, but that's just in a brief period where I just don't think that, well, if you worked out a little more, you know you can look like that. Like, it's not rocket science, you're just really lazy as of lately, so that's why you don't look like that. So it's like, eh. But when I was a kid, I really, really envied my best friend Maria. She had a mom and a dad and 2 little sisters and a dog, and they lived in this beautiful house, and they had all these things, like they had a garden, a car, and a PlayStation, and a really, really good computer, and they just seemed really, really happy, and I just envied her a lot, because I grew up with my mom, and I was really happy living with her, of course, but we didn't really want to spend money on cars, we would rather travel. My dad living in Japan, I didn't get that core family thing, so I really envied actually a lot of my friends, because they had that and I didn't. And that was, when I was a kid, it was probably my biggest wish for a period, that I just had that core family, but now I'm actually really happy I didn't, I think. 11. Mischievous thing you did in your childhood. I also had to think a lot about this, because I am and was a goody two-shoes. Like, I did everything I was told, pretty much. One mischievous thing I did when I was really, really small, and I can just vaguely remember this, is my granddad, he used to have this huge aquarium. It's probably as wide as this thing. It's a huge aquarium with a lot of fish in it. And I used to watch my grandpa feed the fish. And then I was allowed to just give them a little bit of food. And they kept on eating, and then I thought, because I didn't know that a fish can only remember 2 seconds and don't have a sense of being full, so I thought, oh poor fish, they're still hungry. So I just kept on giving them food. And then at some point, my granddad called my mom and asked, did Mia by any chance feed the fish? Because they were sort of dead now. I think that's one of the worst things I've ever done as a child, and it wasn't with evil intent, but I knew that I wasn't supposed to feed the fish, but I just felt sorry for them, and then I accidentally killed them. That's it for this video, and because it's a tag, I should tag somebody else to do this. I would like to tag 1, my best bud Rumi, the Ryoko to my Satsuki, the stucking to my panty, Louisa. Number 2, I would like to tag one of the most valued members in my harem of 3. I would like to tag Zoom, also known as Zoomier here on YouTube. You two should definitely do this video because I think you have a lot more interesting stories to tell than I do. I'm actually not that fun of a person, so. That's it for me, and yeah, stay tuned for more.